How's it going, YouTube? Spikesmth here, chilling. What's up? A little Starcraft game. It's been a little while since I've done one. So here we go. Here's me, blue Protoss, and then here's my partner, Sam Ihan, is the red Terran. And so this is the early stage, so we'll fast forward. Everyone builds up. I believe this is just our one placement match for Season 2. We haven't been playing too much lately. Anyway, standard openings. We're against these two Protoss here, teal and purple. You know, a typical gateway at the front ramp. One thing about this game that I want to mention now is that it's all about the two keys that I find to be the two keys, which are aggression and aggression. Well, aggression and micro, really, because I'll point out there's a lot of upgrades that happen in this game, but they actually end up not working out so well. Anyway, so if you didn't see that, I just pulled off a quick scout just to see who they were. I'll slow it down a notch here so we can talk about what's going on here. So I go for the double gateway, cyber core, so I'm getting some stalkers out. Let's check out the production. Purple's already getting warp gate technology. These guys are actually pretty good at macro. They were able to get a lot of production facilities. And at a lot of points, they actually have higher incomes. On the blue here, I'm basically top income, tied with teal, actually. So it's me and teal are the ones that are going to really duke it out. And then Sam, you know, he does a good job. He gets some good defense going. But ultimately, you know, a team that's going to go for just tier 1, macro up, is a little harass. But the team that's just going to macro up super quick on basically one base here in a bit. There's a little harass that's shut down, unfortunately. Now I decide, all right, well, let's go for the expand, because I like to have two bases, because it means I can always fall back, and you know, it's just to secure the income early is a good thing. So here she starts dropping the robo, getting all manner of gateways, all manner of forces. Purple has the same thing in mind. He's getting, looks like 5 gates. And what is this? He's getting twilights right away. So he's going pure retreat, tier 1. And this guy is going for triple upgrades. Not often do you see this. It's nice to Protoss though, because they do have 3 potential upgrades. So in the meantime, my base hasn't done shit. I popped out Observer, which I'm going to send up and just see what's going on, just because I want to see when they expand, if we're ahead or behind, because that's a good metric at this point in the game. We're about 10 minutes in, which, you know, I know we're no pros. Pros expand in like the second minute, but, you know, just, you know, it's good to get the scout and see where you're at. So I see this little crossing. I see his observer down there, so that tells me he already has a robo bay up. And sure enough, I spot, oh yeah, he's just throwing his expansion down. Sorry for street noise, it fucking happens. Anyway, so here comes my army. I did not know that he saw me coming the whole time, so they were ready for this. So this is our, you know, our first attack. We're basically, well, the point of it, we're going to try to deny their primary expansions. But let's just take a look at what happens here. Looking good until, no, here comes the sandwich, and the tank is gone. And did a good job. He does have an impressive shell upgrade on these marauders, but it's just not enough. It makes daughters. However, my observer up here, at this point in the game, I'm shitting bricks. I'm like, oh no. 9 times out of 10, when your first attack fails, well, maybe not 9 times, 6 times out of 10, when your first attack fails, you're going to lose. Because right now, look at these sizable armies. If they push out across the map, even our combined rebuilt armies, not a match. And if they kept sending reinforcements, they would be over. So they're going to take a little bit of our map control. We had these towers for a good part of the game, no longer. Anyway, they're just trying to get saturation up on their expansion here. I'm usually pretty slow on saturating my expansion. I like it to be a very organic process. Anyway, so I'm just getting my Colossi out, and don't believe it has thermal lance yet. And I only have one upgrade on my weapons, whereas this guy, he already has 111 across, which is kind of intimidating. I didn't even really notice that until later. So continued macroing. See more gateways for purple. I sent my army here to break through the destructibles, set up a third expansion. And the ping right there was I'm just telling my teammate, you know, I'm going to check his expansion here, check for his third, and then potentially backdoor him, which we'll see what happens here. Actually ends up being okay, except for this Colossi. It's probably too much to lose, but definitely cut his army down to size. So if you look on the map, you just see him just running down. I'm getting into business. I'm trying to use my zealots to maximum effect. Back, air up these stalkers. Take out all of them. That's 1,000 minerals at once. But then you will start down wires and kind of screw it up. Pick another way around, and then you do get the lucky scan, but anything out. So now that's 2 failed attacks. At this point, I'm kind of like tripping, because usually when you lose 2 attacks, 2 whole armies, look at this overwhelming force, and they have yet to even try to use it. Anyway, so then they warp stalkers into the base, and start taking them out, which actually is pretty tough to deal with. You guys see the scan. It does have plenty of thwarts, so it's pretty safe against air, but it's not really going to be an issue. Look at this. Just run in and run out. Run in and run out. Run in and run out. Can't get that loud. So basically it took him 4 scans. But now here comes the big daddy force right here. My army was way out of position down here. It's going to take me a while to come up. I tried to cut off the zealot reinforcements, which was kind of pointless. It's partly my fault that he falls here. Zealots actually, charge zealots, pretty good against stalkers. They both distance close, quickly, cut it down. Heal all my jobs, so it's fully upgraded. But even my disadvantaged forces, focused by that, can take the hit. So now their main attack has done a lot of damage. Lost his whole main, rebuilding as expansion. But here's their mistake. They keep trying to put him away when really they should be going after him. Like, I have this expansion. My main's almost mined out, so that's not too big of a deal. But, I mean, you could take out some of my production buildings or whatnot. But it comes down to micro. Micro again. Just trying to build micro. But I'm going to take advantage of high ground. You know, God and Scout and Observer. Just taking their forces down. So now let's take a step back. So he's mined out in his main. He's mined out in his main. So now they're both oversaturated on their seconds. But I already have a third, and I've been running that for a little while actually now. And Sam's just going for double expand just to compensate for the damage down here. So now we're just holding out in the middle. We'll speed it up. So right here, my observer here, I spot this army. Archons and Zealots. My forces down here. So streaming down. And instead of just heading them off right here, which I should have done, I tried to chase him, ring around the rosy. And that lets him get totally immobilized, which is just... But, even with these massively upgraded units, this many... Colossi is just too much. Just run in, kite him out, and just get so torn out in the area up there. See that just get down. So it's strange because clearly it looks like he's almost dead. There's just one base up here. But my army is holding off all these upgraded Archons, upgraded Stalkers. But hate him. I hate his guts. Look at this. They keep throwing him on the high ground. It doesn't matter. The force is too strong. So at this point, I'm like, okay, yes, we must push. A little harass down here. He's about to send his DTs in, but then teammate drops, game over. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. It just goes to show, even when you lose, you can win. Anyway, cheers, Hell Science.